What's up guys, Kavilp here, and today we are going to model this awesome looking GoPro 12. This was a really long but fun exercise. As you can see the wireframes, I tried my best to keep this mesh clean. You don't need to get overwhelmed by this if you are a beginner at this point, because that's what we do on this channel. We practice and we get better. However, if you want this asset for studying the mesh or using it in your own scene, feel free to download this asset from the link down below. It will be free. If you like to show your support for the channel and express your appreciation for this free asset, consider making a small donation. Your contribution helps me to dedicate more time to creating free tutorials and modeling assets. Any amount is greatly appreciated. You can do so via PayPal, or if you are a Indian, you live in India, you can use UPI. Both links are in the description below. And also make sure to connect with me on Instagram and ArtStation for more updates and to see what I'm working on next. That's it for the intro. Without further ado, let's just get into modeling. Okay, so we have our references right here, and as you can see I have the front and the both side and also the bottom one. uh, I got these images from the website itself, the GoPro website. It does not have a top image, so I'll be looking at the references. The references also I got it from the website itself. As you can see, we can mm, okay, so I feel it's a simple bump, but we'll get into references afterwards. But first what we are going to do is I'm just going to start model this, and for this what I'm going to do is this is not exactly the exact height. So for that what I'm going to do is I'm going to take in account this dimensions, so which is a cube of 7180. Okay, let me just, okay, let it be like this. We can change this here. On X we have to go 71.88 mm, and here we have to, on Y we have to go 58 sorry 50.8 mm, and on the y-axis we have to go, sorry, 36.6 mm. Okay, so 36 point, how much was it, 33.6 mm, 33.6 mm. And on the z-axis 50.8 mm, 50.8 mm. So as you can see, this is what our camera will be. So what we have to do is I'm just going to deselect this and select all of this, all the references, and I'm going to go to 3D cursor. I'm going to select it here, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to roughly scale this so that it sort of like matches this reference image of ours, or the reference cube of ours. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to I'm not going to touch the cube because it's in the exact center, so it will sort of like mesh up or symmetry up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lightly center it, something like this, and we could have gone still a lot low. Let's just hide this for now, and I'm going to do the same thing over here. Something like this, and I'm going to unhide this and hide this, and we are going to bring it this as well here. and something like this. I don't have to go exact on this, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this anyway. This was just for my scale, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new model from this, and then we can properly align this. Also for this we don't have to, but then let's just do it. Or we can just go in something like this, something like this, you know. This was just for the general purpose. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to again deselect this and hit delete, and now we are fine to model. So let's just bring in the plane. I'm going to scale it about like this, and now what I'm going to do is going to move this up something like this, and move this. So right now it's set to cursor, so let's just do it to bounding box, something like this. And as you can see we have our this, right? So what we can see from that is we sort of like want this to match our height. So let's just select this, and I'm going to slightly push it up, something like this. We can just hide this for now, and let's just see if it matches our. We can definitely bring down our opacity, and as you can see a plane matches the size. Now I'm just going to bring it forward, something like this. So I do need my opacity a bit much, okay, something like this. We can bring it something like here, extrude, and it goes right in here, something like this. Yeah. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an all transforms. So the moment you do all transforms, what I would actually suggest is bring your this thing origin to the geometry, so that's it in middle. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select everything. I'm just going to bring it somewhere here, so it's in the middle, okay, something like this. Deselect or hide this, no issues. And what I'm going to do next is let's just go in the forward view and apply transform. And now we can do two things. Let's just check our references. We can actually do a bevel, okay, and the bevel's last edge, right, we are going to delete it from this. Okay, so before this bevel I need to take in account for this thing, so let's just match it with the top or the bottom part, which is this part. Now let's just go in this view. So as you can see it's sort of like slantly into the something like this. We can move it apart here, and we have this room for this, okay. I'm going to apply scale, and I feel it's a uniform bevel, or should I do like, let me check the references. So I do feel it's a uniform bevel. What I'm not going to do is I'm not going to heavily bevel this will be about like 1 2 3 4 5 segments, very rare segments, or very little segments. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bevel this something like, so before that I think there's something wrong with my mesh. Yeah, let me just okay, looks fine. So again, I'm just going to deselect, or we can keep this actually, or we can delete this. Let's just delete this and select all of this, so basically everything. Let's go back to our references, and let's switch to the edge mode. And what I'm going to do is maybe a little bit back here, something like this, yeah. And now also a little less opacity, and we are going to hit bevel. So right now I'm using only one segment, so let's just find something which looks right, something like this. As you can see, it's sort of like not properly connecting here. We have this here, but it's not exactly on here. So not to worry, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add like about 4 should work. Yeah, about 4 should work. And now I'm going to see what's the issue here. We can go about like something like this, and this should fix our issue. The problem with this is I'm going to hide this, and let's just see. Yeah, it looks better now. And right now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select this part, and I'm just going to separate it, so whatever we do here does not affect, like for example if we need to create this button, right? So what I can do is I can add a lot of more segment, but if this was connected, the segments would have continued here as well, and we could have faced problem in creating this geometry also. Also I would like to suggest you to try to model everything as it is in sense, like you can see this is an entirely different part, so model it entirely differently. This is a different part, so model this entirely differently. What it does is it helps you to keep a low sort of geometry thing in your mesh. Okay, so for example, if you want to model this this power button, right? So this will take a lot of details. You can definitely do it simple, like for example, let's just take this speaker grill. So this will take a lot of mesh, okay, a lot of dense geometry, but that doesn't mean that your whole model should have a lot of density mesh. Okay, so keep it precise, keep it, try to sort of like optimize it properly, and always think before doing changes. So how plan before how things are going to work out. So after that, what I'm going to do is I'm not actually worried about this reference, because it's sort of like gives you from the there are not much details, and I'll look at it when it's extremely necessary for anything. So after that, what I'm going to do is as you can see, there is a screen right here. Okay, so what I can do is I can just simply hide this. I could also, what I can do is I could just separate this section as well and hide it. Okay, let's just this and what we can do is I can just purge into the geometry, so each part is now separate. And this is because now if we can just do a simple subdiv, and I don't think so there is anything back on the back plate here, maybe a screen, but now we can just forget about this. So that is that. Let's just see what we can do about the screen. So I'm going to hide this, and let's just start with the modeling. So we have a screen here, and we have a camera here. Okay, so the main question we have to think about is you can see there's the from this highlights and shadow, that it has like a sort of like flat surface over here, so it's the bend is almost disappearing from here, while the camera is attaching to the body of the GoPro. Okay, so this is quite a difficult thing to do. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but let's just see if we have any better images. Okay, here also you can see that it has a curve here, and then it just starts to flatten this surface out. Yeah, it's more okay, so it has like a flat surface here where this mount actually gets connected. So this is, I think, separate. Okay, so these are the like some sort of mods that sort of like mounts over here, so we have to take in account that. So I would actually create this first, and after that we can focus on this. No need to create all of this because I just need this shape only, and afterwards if we get this shape right, we can just try to mod this out. Now I would like to just give it like a simple edge just to separate these things out. As you can see, we have a lot of like geometry over here, so I would like to do a simple inset, something like this. We can take this, and what we can do is we can do a simple inset, and I think that should you know uh, fix everything, because since this is small or a round base here, or a round mesh, so I think this should work out pretty fine. Let's just do a simple extrude first, and let's just see if it's working. So yeah, this works fine. So let's just move on forward with this. So what I'm going to do is, let me just see the screen first. Okay, so it separates from here. It has a simple back bezel, something bezels, and then there's the screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, yes, delete this. So, or we can just go back, something like this. And what I'm going to do is we can separate it right here, something like this. And after that I can do a bezel, but I don't necessarily have to, since we can take care of this part in our texturing. So that is also there. So what I would like to do is just to show that this part is separate, I'm going to hit another insert, simple insert. Let's just make it little so that it doesn't. I would like to also change this centimeters, and just like bring this a bit in, something like this. And now if you so before this we should actually add another edge loop, or like edge over here, and we can also hit bevel of 0.02 mm. So the reason I'm using 0.02 mm is because it's I feel it's like a let's just go for 2 mm, 2 vertices. So if I do my oops, okay, so let's just do it manually actually, something like this, change it to 1 and unhide all of this. So this will also need another extrude, something like this, and we can select this, do a simple bevel, unhide. Okay, so we did messed up a bit here. So let's just I think I should bring this. So I okay, so I don't know what this happened. So let's just select this tab, alt height, alt H to okay. Let me just hide it here. Okay, so I feel it is because of this bevel we did. So let's just go back. Okay. So for this, what I can do is, if I cannot add like bevel like this, I would rather go in just and do simple like this. And I think why it's happening is because of okay, so we do have a scale applied as well, so I don't know why it's happening. And let's just yeah, so I don't know why is this. Just select this, select it again and extrude on the Y. Okay, so now it's properly there. After that, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring it about here and select this, Control B. uh, Actually we could just bring in another edge over here, something like this. Let's just check. Yeah, I think we need another edge over here, so let's just put an edge over here and bring this something like this. Okay. Yeah, so now it gives us that sharper look. Okay. Also there are a lot of geometry which is sort of like helping us to keep this, but I do want to add another here so that it just stops this, because if it doesn't had that edge over here, see how you see how it's like flowing into the rest of the mesh, it's stretching a lot. So I would like to eliminate that by putting an edge loop over here, and we'll see it can be closed, no issues. You can just delete it afterwards. I just want to stop this from here. I don't want to keep this space clean. So after that, let's just we can delete this. I can actually select this, shift okay, so it has some indents, right? So what we can do is I can just, let's go to this bevel, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select it up to here. So like shift T, select this, shift T, selection P, and let's just deselect this. And I would like to keep this because it's sort of like it will go with the flow of this mesh. Okay, so what we can do is first I would like to get my origin here, and I'm just going to hit F. And the reason I did it, we can actually do a simple grid fill and this should work actually. Let's just add another edge over here just to tighten it up, or what we can do is we can remove this and we can actually add a hard bevel. Don't need to bevel this because it has a round curvature, so we can add a simple bevel like this and this should be fine. Okay, so I think it does has some space in between. Yeah, something like this should work. Also for more harder edge we can just bring do a simple insert, so it has a more harder edge about here. And yeah, we are done with this part, the screen. Let's just move forward on this camera extension part. Okay, so now as you can see we have this here, and what we can do is I can just right click, yeah, right click on here, and I will add let's just get rid of this subdivision, and we can add a cube, something like this. and for this I can just hide it for a second. And as you can see, this mesh is interfering with our process, something like this. Let's just edit this manually so we can get our results a little faster, something like this. Okay. And from here, as you can see, this is not matching, this image is not matching. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this, not this. Yeah, and I'm going to just hide it. And as you can see, this image, we can just bring it up, something like this. And I can just get my thickness about here, and we can do a thickness about here. So this is just for the reference, okay. And after this, what I'm going to do is unhide everything, and now we can take a look here. So right now it's not matching. What I would like to do is I would like to go up to here so that it's colliding with this mesh, something like this. And we saw here that it sort of like gets into the edge, okay, something like maybe in this edge, okay, maybe here. So what I'm going to do is GY and do something like this, okay. So this, what this will do is basically it will replicate that effect. Should I go up to here? No, so it definitely goes up to here. And let me just hit control shift tab, and I can go to vertex closest, and we need to click on or we need to snap it on this point, something like this. And on here we need to snap it on maybe here, no, over here, okay. So shift tab, something like this, okay. And now I can just bring this back here, and for this part, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to maybe try to sort of find an angle, something like this. Or we can just keep it like this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to shift A and shift H so I can work on this part only. And now we have some problems over here, so what I need to do is I need to add an edge here, something like this. And I do need to delete this part here. So after that, I'm not actually worried about this part since it has to go in round. So what I can do is now we have to the best part for this curvature is that we have this reference over here, okay. So we can just I hope it's in the middle, shift A, select, and do something like this. And now we can use this reference to curve this out, which is about here, and we can do 0.5. Okay, so I think I have a better idea of how we can achieve this. We can go in here so that it's exactly matching on this angle, and then GY or X on this angle. So now it should hopefully meet on the exact axis, and I know that it's like way out of what we try to match. So let me just try to get this angle maybe. And what we can do here now is we can just directly connect this to this. Okay, and how are we going to connect this? We can actually just okay, so we can just hit this here. And now I'm a bit confused on how to process this. What we can do is we can actually just snap this. Let's just see if it works. Yeah, so now you can see that it's sort of like working perfectly, and I'm going to do the same thing here. So yeah, this should go here, here, somewhere here, here. Okay, for this part, just going to select everything, just hit it something like this, and now you can see that it sort of like comes flat, and it oops, yeah, so it comes in flat, and then it just separates this part and this part separately. You have your bevel here and flatness over here. So I would definitely add another this mesh over here. What I would like to do is I would also bring this also in, not the whole thing, only the vertices. And the reason I did this, because now we can actually sort of like we have our mesh right here, right? I would like to actually create another loop over here, something like this, just to not connect everything, and we have a liberty of sort of like moving edges and vertices around. I'm pretty sure this won't match with our reference images, uh, so let me just actually unhide everything, and I will select this, select all. Let's just hide everything. mm, what we could have actually done is rather than just snapping, just select Y, and let's just snap it on here everything. So now it's matching perfectly. Let's just see if it's matching our this thing. So it's not matching exactly. So what we can do is so this is pretty flat actually. You can try to adjust this. I feel this bevel is a bit bigger than the other bevel, so I guess that's why it's not matching. Just unhide this. Okay, mm, so we did messed up our this bevel. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to forget about it and we need to join this. So let's just use a little bit about creative freedom. Let's call this our own GoPro. mm, so after this we can definitely just control plus and let's just check. So it's not doing a union properly, and the reason I think it's not doing is because of face orientations. Yes, and let's just do another orient this thing. So it messed up again. Okay, so let's just do a simple boolean operation over here. Yeah, so now it's working fine. I'm going to select this and maybe take it up, and I'm just going to do a simple merge by distance, and I will delete all of this the inside part. Or for that, what we can do is I can just go into z-axis, hide this, and select 3 on my keyboard, hide all of this, and from here to here, or should I go from here to here, something like this, delete. Hopefully I'm not deleting the front part. From here to here, I guess. Yeah, so this till here, here, here. Okay, select. Okay, so this, this, and let's just fill these in, something like this. Yeah, this proper quad, quad. Yeah, okay. Unhide this, and after that what I'm going to do is maybe something here. Okay, so I feel there's something. Okay, yeah, so the loop is connecting properly. I just need to straight it out, something like this. And after that what I'm going to do is we have some n-gons over here, but right now I'm not going to get worried about it. The reason actually I do wanted to okay, we can fix this issue later on. Right now what I want to do is so I want this actually to be just to be the plate of it. So which is the plate, where's that plate? Yeah, something like this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to did faces here, and it is very slightly something here. Should it? Yeah, something like this. Maybe here, extrude it a little, something like this. Hit F and insert it tiny bit. Grid faces, shift control grid fill, and if your grid fill is not properly working, you can hit grid fill and just try a few options. So let me just bring up my statistics. Should go about 8. Okay, so now it looks fine, and I can just yeah, should look good, something like this. It does have this pinching effect, and the reason it has this pinching effect is because of, I think, this edge loop. uh, it has n-gons over here, so not worry about that. Yeah, so the pinching was happening because of this. Let me just, yeah, so you don't want any poles on your curvature, so that's the reason. And I can easily delete it because this is a simple quad. Don't need this also here. We don't have anything over here as well, so it's just simple. After that, what I'm going to do is I'm least bothered about this because this is like simple, what you can say is a simple flat plane, so we can just triangulate it, no need to worry about it. The only reason is I'm keeping this as it is right now is I want to figure out how I can model this thing. So before that, shift T, and I'm just going to shift this and P selection. So this will be our main sort of like what do you say, the main mod lens. So I'm going to, not orientations but everything to the geometry, something like this. Hold H, and just going to delete the unnecessary parts. I do need this, so I'm going to hide it. I'm going to delete this, keep this, something like this. And now what I'm going to do is with this hide hidden, I am going to, where's this mesh, here. Yeah, so let me just bring it about here. We can get rid of this, sorry, we can get rid of this, and I just want the thickness of it, so extrude, because we have already messed up our setting here, so don't need to go to that. For this, however, see, you can see this, how much has we messed up. uh, I do see some sharp corners over here, so for that the best practice will be is to delete all of this and delete all of this. And what we can do is we can hit F, something like this, and now it's just a simple inset thing, and we have to do it by slight variations. Insert here, insert here, here as well. And so this is our outer thickness, which is this. The middle part is this. I think and what we can do is we can do another insert, something like this, and we can just tell it to be a circleize, and let's do a simple circle. And let's just try to match it, something like this. And if it's getting too sharp over here, we'll try to fix it, something like, okay, so it Yeah, I don't really see a point in keeping these edges. Okay, something like this. It sort of like separates this, but don't worry about this separation. Let's go in here. Let's do another inset for this thickness, and now it's just a class, so I'm going to just delete this. And now what we can do is we can shift select all of this. As you can see, it sort of like comes out, right? So we can just select this and this, bring it out in front, something like this. And for the other part, this part, yeah, what we can do is we can do a inset. I actually do not want to do an inset because it sort of like breaks here. So yeah, so it will break here as well. So what we can do is okay, so let's just bring it to the geometry, and I'm going to do a cut over here and cut over here. We can delete this, and we can delete this, sorry, we can delete this as well, and we can just I can do a simple thing like this. Something like I don't know what we should do. I'm sort of confused because or what I can do is I can just do this and this, and now if I select this much, and I can just extrude this in something like this, and now it has this edges. I hope this works out. Yes, it does. Also for this we have to have a bevel, something like this, and also on the outside we can totally get rid of this, something like this, shift B, or a little more tighter bevel. Yeah, looks fine. We can actually separate this part, but then this looks much cool. And for anything else, I'm just going to do a simple merge by distance. Yes. And for this, what I'm going to do is we have 20 vertices, so I'm going to add a spear with segments, I guess 20 segments, and this can be low as, okay, something like this, rx 90, scale it lot down, and let's just isolate this only, uh, disable this, and need to rotate it slightly so that it matches the area. and after that I can just select one half, delete vertices, and I can just string this something like this, select this, extrude, and another extrude. Okay, so we can shift select this, and okay, so we need this after here. Okay, so we just go before our extrude a little back. Yeah, let's go in here, something like this, and select this Y, something like this should work. So if this doesn't work, we can just if it doesn't work, we can just scale it to our needs. Yeah, it looks fine. It could use a little much more curvature or roundness. So if I do a simple SY, something like this, yeah, this looks, or is it too much? Let me just we can get rid of this edge, or every other edge for that matter. So let's just I don't need this, and I don't need this. So let's just take off this. Looks good. And something like this. As you can see, this is behaving properly, so I'm no issue with that. I do want to just delete this, and I want to join my lens with this part. Yeah, and I hope it does not. Yeah, so I think it no issue for that as well actually. Can I just select this? No, it does not. Yeah, so it's properly stitched. I don't know what is happening here. I think it's a face orientation thing. Yes, so let's just go in here. Yeah, so now it's perfect, but the we cannot like actually I feel we should sort of like separate this, and rather than just hang it out here, what we can do is I can just bring it back and put it something like this. Or what we can do is I can just do a bevel, right? Select the middle edge, Alt S, bring this in, and another edge loop on this side, so it holds that loop. Okay, and I can delete this as well, but yeah, let's just keep it as it is. It looks good. Okay, so something like this. So after that, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a simple, okay, let's just snap this properly as well. So for this, what I'm going to do is shift select this and do a simple grid fill, and select all of these edges, and we do need like something sharper here to catch that edge, I guess. And it looking a little weird, but I guess this is because of single subdiv. So if I unhide this, we do have this area packed, right? So we are not going to open this thing, so I just did it for the separation thing. And where is our, so this and this, something like this, and we can select this, snap it, or before, the best way to do this is get rid of subdivs, gy snap it on. Okay, so now you have this perfect front of this GoPro. As you can see how it's coming into the, yeah, so I don't know how I messed up this part. So that was that. We have our screen as well. The screen, I don't know why it's not looking so sharp. Should I go like, I guess this is fine. After that, what I'm going to do is so let's just see if there's any unnecessary parts I want to delete. Okay, so everything is perfect. Okay, so we don't need this as well. Just going to select, hit all, transform on this, and origin to geometries, and yeah, let's just select this, shift A, and I'm going to call it set1. So this is our set1. What you can do instead of doing this is you can just go in here, save incremental. So now this is like a version 1, because I want to apply our mesh our subdivisions to have a lot of geometry here. So what I'm going to do is now we can look at this problem here. Okay, so you can see this edge is flowing right into it. The only reason it's not since this is separate part, we can just add a edge loop here, and it automatically gets fixed, or sort of not fixed, but sort of like we don't have to worry about it going through all this and then messing topology here as well. So what we can do is I can add another loop, oops, and I can just snap it onto it, and control J, something like this. And there's an gone over here. I can do a simple join like this, and then I don't even need this. Also for this, again add another loop, something like this, control J. I can do another edge loop, something like this, which will be fine. And also I think I need edge loop over here, something like this, so that it doesn't create any sort of artifacts. And edge loop over here, join here, and as we can see, this looks fine. The best way to I feel the best way to find if you have n-gons is, I feel we can just apply this triangulate modifier and keep this minimum vertices on 4 or 5, and you can check now if anything is like uh, weirdly distributed or anything. In our case not, so I can just get rid of this, something like this. Yeah, it looks good to me. The other thing I want to do is let's just go in the front view. mm, hide this, and I even going to hide this, and let's just see where this things are. So what I can do is see this in the middle. Oops. Yeah, hide this as well. Yeah, so since this is in the this area, we can do like, I'm going to bring this line in the middle, and I'm going to add another line and do something like this. So gx, and now just hope that it creates like, let's just go with one subdiv, and let's just see if it's okay. So we need definitely more than that. Let's go to, or 3. Yeah, 3 is perfect, but also a lot. Let's just go for this, insert circle, and I would like to hide this. So after this, what I have to do is I have to do a lot of cleanup as well. Instead of doing this, what I think I should do is I should do a simple boolean operation, so every circle is like exact even. So I'm just going to add another circle with 4 segments or 4 vertices, which is not this. Yeah, something like 6 or 8, I think. I can also hide the main image for that matter. Yeah, so I don't need to something like this, scale it here, and we can do a simple array. Let's just keep this minus 1.8 and minus 1.8, something like this, and extrude F and extrude something like this. Okay, so it applied mirror over here. I don't know how we are getting this. And what I would like to do is I would like to just bring this in something like this, and this will not match our topology, right? So what we can do is we can actually just select this, move about here, or better than that, I think what we should do is so I don't need this here. uh, Something like this here. Or let's just try to do this. Okay, so now I feel that rather than doing this, what I can do is I just go to set one, shift D, and bring it out into selection or collection, and let's just turn off this so we have a fresh start over here. uh, don't do this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place my edges right here properly to the properly as per the so let's just do this. I do need a edge over GUI on the here, one more on here, and here as well. I do want to add another edge over here so that we just have extra geometry for our mesh. Okay, this part what I can do is we can make this flow this way, something like this, but then I don't want it to create this sort of like I think it will be better here. Rather than do this, we can just shift Z and let it flow into the mesh over here, you know, so that it doesn't yeah, sort of like mess it up with our uh, the corner here. Okay, so I can do simple J here. This is an angon and I'm not worried about it because this is a flat surface, and I feel a simple triangulation will be more than enough. I'm just going to join this, and here what I can do is I can just do something like just to minimize the geometry a little bit, something like this. Yeah, looks good. After that, what I'm going to do is now I feel everything is right. uh, However, let's just see. Yeah, so we need a lot of more geometry here. What I can do is let me just try this one method. Okay, and as you can see that I've created this all sort of angons here as well. I can get rid of this, and I can get rid of this, or I can just bring this. Yeah, let's just bring this in, and we can bring this in. Okay, so our challenge for this forward is how we are going to optimize and keep it like this. So first things first, let's just get rid of this. I'm going to do a boolean and difference with the circles, hit apply, delete, shift, and let's just clean this up for now. Select this. Let's just do a merge by distance first. Okay, looks good. Looks good on here, here. Mm. Let's check the face orientations. Looks good to me. And if I try to bevel this out, this should work fine. Okay. So now we have like 3 edges going to one. So we have like 2 edges over here that goes into let's just start from the top actually, and here I'm definitely, there's no point of doing anything. We can add an edge loop over here and try to minimize it over here. Let's just try this afterwards, but first we'll try to you know fix things over here. So I'm going to delete whatever I don't need, and we can just do this, and now we have this as well. So I'm going to do this, and yeah, I don't need this as well, and I might need another here, this and this. Okay, so I sort of want to merge this here. Okay, something like G, but I don't want to, is it like flat surface? No, the curve starts from here, so I can add another one, and I can just do it here as well. Let's go here, and I can, sorry, control, can delete this and make this sort of like kite space. And over here what we can do is, since this is just a flat surface, pinch it in just like this. Okay, delete this. We have a quad here. Let's go to this part. This part I can fix if I do a simple here, and the same thing. Not this. Okay, so we do need this though. So what I'm going to do is actually can we just do something like this? Actually we can just since this is just a holding line for a curvature, let's just do a simple merge by distance, and let's just bring it up to here. Yeah, this should get rid of any extra vertices, and yeah, it looks good now. Let's just try to find if there are this thing. What I can do is let's just take this, join it here. Let's just see if it's looking okay. Looks fine to me actually. Yeah, let's select all of this, and now we need to create a bevel. And so I think before doing a bevel, let's just join this, Control T, and remove unnecessary parts. Same thing, let's just do it for all once. this. uh, let's just try to get the similar thing, similar length or the direction of, I guess, face angles. No. Yeah, just I'm just going to do it manually. Select. Yeah, we can take this line, we can give this a little space. Let's just do it afterwards. Select. So something like this, not this one. Let's select here, this. Control X, and this is looking good. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select this, Shift H, and or before that, what we can do is I can just, since there is no disconnection here, we can just select a circle right now, and I need to have a small bevel. Afterwards we can just delete this. Let's just go about something like this, and we have our speaker grills. For this, what I was thinking is, let's just go in here, shift, and doing a bevel manually. Let's just do a cut over here. Yeah, so now it's yeah, now it looks good. And hide this, we have a speaker. Okay, so we have messed up again something. Okay, so the reason why it's messed up here is because of this edge. Okay, let me just oops. Okay, so this has a problem of switching to the exterior view, like the long proper view. If I just delete this, yeah, this should solve the issue. But if I delete that, where are we going to redirect this image? We can actually just shift you over here, and since it is just a flat surface, so Blender has this weird problem of, I don't know why, the moment I try to hit my minimize the workspace area, it's sort of like lags. I don't know why. See, it takes about like good 2-3 seconds. Anyways, let's just do a simple merge by distance. So I okay, so our bevel is a lot thinner. So for that, what I can do is I think I can just keep it as it is. And for this, I don't know, I'm not really satisfied with this actually. So let's just delete this, shift A, P selection. Okay, so it did not have this uh, holding edge, so that's why it was behaving weirdly. I'm just going to do a simple grid fill and it's not working, so I can do a F and set something like this, origin to the geometry. Let's go for 3 divisions here as well. Yeah, now it looks much prettier. Shift H, and let's just see if we can do a grid fill or not. Okay, the reason why it's not doing a grid fill is because of this. So what I'm going to do is, since our bottom and top part are like equal, I'm going to just breach those part first. And now just going to add edges on here, do a merge by distance, and we need to create a triangle over here, but that's not a worry. And this looks good to me. After that, the important stuff is this part, and we have to model our power button. So for this, what we can do is, not to disturb, not to make any problems, what we can do is can totally hide this first, and I'm just going to move it to done. So it's never shows up again. Let's just keep this hide anyways, and now I need to match this and this. Okay, again I don't need this image, I can hide it. And for this I'm just going to bring this over here, and let's just see what we are dealing with. So there's this as well. I don't know how I should go about it, but my first response, or like first thing I think I should do is just create this area first, so that it doesn't mess things up afterwards. And let's just select this, Control B, hit this. I can delete this, but for now let's just keep this. And after that, so let's just see. Okay, so we need this here, and let's try to bring it up to here as well, or let's just do simple do like bevel segments. Let's go about here, select this, let's go here, and as you can see, it's not a lot of details. And what you can do is, I think you can just do a simple insert up to here, something like this. Do another insert because it has some sort of like 90-degree angle to it, so I will do another insert for that cut, something like this, and this can just come out about here. And then this thing, okay, let's just select this. We can just do a extrude, so about here, and then another extrude about here, shift smooth. And now if you see, it's sort of like oval shape, because there is no nothing in between to hold it, here, here, and here. Okay, now if I go to okay, so instead of this, let's just actually what we can do is just get rid of this line. Okay, something like this. And the best thing I think I should do is I'm just going to separate this, select this, extrude a bit, something like this, and then extrude again. And then let's just select this edge, same thing, extrude and extrude again. Okay. Also just add another edge loop to hold these lines since it's very flat. I'm just going to select this both to the circle, shade smooth, and just go for 3 actually. So why is not okay? Yeah, so now it looks good. Okay, very well. Same thing here, and I'm just going to add few loops over here just to keep it tight, something like this should work fine. And it's sort of creating this smooth effect, right? Let's go in here, and I'm just going to let's just let's just deselect this. We can select this, control P, hit 1, so it does not create this. Yeah, something like this. Okay, then again there is this top version here as well, so I don't know, let's just see. Oh, that's the bottom part, right? So let's just see if we can do it. Yeah, so you know what, actually I'm just going to delete this image because there's nothing there. For this, what I think I should do is we can select this, just bring it about here, and I don't want to just like this, something about here, because it's meddling with our this thing, the bottom edge. So I don't know what I should do here. Let's just check out our reference. You know what, I'm just going to sort of like model this before the edge it hits it hits the edge, because I'm slightly confused about what I'm going to do there. Or should I just let's just try a few things first. Okay, do this inset so it creates that curve, and after that inset what I need to do is we can hit P, selection, separate it out, and we should add some edges in between, something like this. Let's just do this before the divide, before the separation. A few more edges, and let's just now select this whole thing and extrude this. Selection P, let's separate this out, and I don't know how I'm going to do this. Let's just extrude this. Or I think what I should have done is sorry, merge by distance, insert in, or let's just do like this first. Insert, control I, hit 3, control I, delete faces, and I'm just going to bring this things up something like this, and then I'm going to extrude it. Looks good, but then I'm not sure how this is supposed to work. Let's just select this outer edge, and I'm just going to do a grid fill with the selection on here and with the tight bevel. I'm not exactly happy with this, but I think this should work fine. Let's enable our done thing. Yeah, now it looks good. After that, I think I should model this bottom part. Now I know this is going to be a tricky part, so I think I should you know do this properly with nothing extra in my viewport. So I'm just going to move everything which is not this, control I, not this, not this, and everything is going to go in done. I'm going to hide this as well, and now I think what I should do is let's go in the bottom part and let's get rid of this subdivisions, and now we are going to model just the inside part. Okay, so I'm not going to model this right now. I'm just going to model this inside part. Okay, what I can actually do is I can subdivide this, but then I have to commit to it. So rather than that, let's just try a few things out, and if that doesn't work, we will sort of like try a new option. Okay, so let's just go in here. We can select this Y, something like this, and what we can do is I can select this and this, scale it down something like this, or rather than then I think I should do is, yeah, so I do need a lot of edge here, and for that I'm just going to do something like, or I think the best way to tackle this is simply do a simple boolean function. So circle of about let's just go 12. Simply just just try to align this as best as we can. Let's just try to do this. So the thing I have observed is my circle is not in the middle, my main mesh is not in the middle. Going to do all transforms, and I'm just going to delete this vertices and fill this in, and let's just add another edge loop, and let's just see where is this. Alt H, and let's just bring this down, extrude something like this. Okay, so Shift H or Control Shift and Shift and something like this. Let's just bring this to the center, and instead of see subdividing, we could just actually get away with, so this line goes here, we need another edge line over here, same thing here, this line goes here, another edge for this, and we can add more edges, something like this. And I don't know why it's not matching this, so let's just bring this here. Okay, all we can do is Shift C, yeah, something like this. And yeah, I think I'm ready to do a boolean. So select, and let's go into generate booleans, difference, select this and apply, and I'm just going to hide this for now, and let's just try to match our vertices. This goes here, this goes here, this goes here, here. So I feel like a lot of people are worried or like don't want to try to use booleans. Like booleans are going to help you if you plan thing out and work according to the rules of booleaning if that makes sense. Just going to give this space, same thing here, and do a simple merge by distance. Okay, very well. I hope it didn't break anything here. Yeah, so yeah, it doesn't need to get that deep, and since I don't think so it's going to show anything, let's just actually add a bevel, simple bevel over here, so that it retains its shape. And now we have to model the tricky part, and let me just see how long it has been recording. Yeah, so this video is going pretty long. I think I should stop recording this and model this without recording. I think I would add a time lapse of this recording, but I won't do like step by step explanation because it's taking a lot of time, and I'll see you in a few minutes. Yes.